Yo, what's going on, all my MLB Show 24 sluggers? It's Berserker84 here with another video on how to see and track the ball and how to pick up the release from the pitcher. A lot of people have been asking about the other video, and they're still having some trouble and confusion on how to pick up the ball out of the pitcher's hand. So this video right here, I got some slides that we're going to go over and some different methods that can help you out, and hopefully with this one combined with the other video, if you haven't seen it, go check it out too. It's how to see the ball, and it's under the tutorial playlist on my channel. And between these two videos, you should be able to have enough tips to be able to pick up the ball and see the ball and hit the ball good. I'm gonna make this video as quick as possible, so please stick through the whole thing so you can get all the tips and the understanding of it. And I'm not gonna try to waste any of your time. Your time's valuable, my time's valuable, so I'm gonna provide you with the tips as quick, as fast as possible, and the information you need, and help you get better at seeing the ball. This is gonna be like a part 2 to the other one. But before we get into the video, I want to thank you all for the likes and the subscribes that you've been giving to the channel, and also if you would go over there. Like I said, I've been trying to promote my Twitch channel because I like to stream to more than just a couple people, and you know, you can put me up on a tab or whatever if you're grinding some of those mini seasons or conquests or something, or playing versus CPU mini seasons where you're pretty bored or whatever, just playing, grinding the game. You can come over there and hang out in my Twitch chat while you're doing some grinding on some of those play versus the computer modes and getting your XP and all that. Just come over there and hang out on my Twitch channel. It's the same as the channel name here, and the link is on my bio on the main channel page there. So if you would come over there and give me a follow and hang out sometime over there, I like to hang out with you guys while I'm playing. And like I said, it's not as fun to stream just a couple people, so I'm trying to grow that channel as well. So appreciate if you come over there and check me out and give me a follow over there also. And if you would, give this video a thumbs up, and if you're new, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notifications, and you won't miss out on good content like this and tips like this. I'm always putting out tutorial videos and cool gameplay videos, and I don't want you guys to miss out. And you can also feel free to share this to your buddies or your friends or social media. Get this information out to other people and help other people get better at the game. And now we got that all out of the way, let's get into the video. Alright, the first slide that we got here, first image, whatever you want to call it, here's showing several different options of where you can choose to focus whenever the pitcher is going into the windup. I got you 3 different focus points here that you can choose from. Not focus on all 3, just pick one of these that works best for you and focus on that. Okay, now here in this image right here, the pitcher has done started the wind up and he's got his leg kicked up, and you're still going to be focused on whichever one of those points that you have chosen to stay focused on. You're going to still remain focusing on that point that you picked out. And we'll go on to the next slide, and we'll go to the next movement, and I'll tell you where to focus on that. Okay, now regardless of which one of those 3 points of focus that you picked, regardless of any of those 3 that you picked, now you're going to focus over here to the throwing side of the pitcher, mid-body to head height, and where I have circled here, that's where you're going to focus your attention now. It doesn't matter which one of those points that you picked out, you're going to be looking over there now and put your focus and attention over in that area. Okay, still stay focused over here in that area I showed you, to the side of the pitching side of the pitcher, mid height to head height. You're going to start seeing the arm slot come into view. This is when you're going to start seeing that ball first come into view and start picking it up right here. Okay, now this is when you're really going to start seeing the ball, and this is that shoulder drop that I was referring to in the first video that everybody was confused about. That shoulder is going to drop down over there on the opposite side of the throwing arm, and I got the arrow pointing to that, showing you that shoulder drop I was talking about. But this is where the arm slot and the ball is being released, and it's coming into view right here. This is where you're really going to start seeing it come into view and start focusing on it, and you're going to start being able to start reading that pitch. This point right here is when you're really going to start being able to read the pitch and see what the pitcher's hand was doing when he released the ball. And I'll have another video I'm going to make about how to read the pitches and what the pitcher, how his hand does and what the ball does, but that's for another video because it's going to be too long. So I'm going to make a whole nother video about how to read the pitches and what the pitcher's hand's doing for each pitch, and you'll be able to pick up what pitch is being thrown off of that as well. But right now, just focus on trying to see the ball and learn how to do this, and then we'll get to that. I'll make a video about that coming up soon, so be looking out for that. But right here at this point in the wind up and the release of the ball, you're going to start basically looking at that pitcher and picking this up kind of peripheral wise. In peripheral vision, you want to kind of look straight at the pitcher here, and then you'll be able to pick up his arm going down here, and you'll be able to kind of see if that arm goes way down on a way down motion and the arm's kind of hanging down. Usually it's going to be like a slider or something like that. It's going to be going across the strike zone, but I'll get to that in another video. We'll discuss that. We'll go over, you know, how the pitcher, the arm and hand acts and how the ball is going to act on certain pitches. But right now, just focus on this right here and learn this, and then we'll get to that. But like I said, right here is when you're going to start kind of looking peripheral wise at that pitcher, and you'll see that ball come into your vision in the middle, and that's when you're going to start reading it and how that pitch is going to start acting right here. Okay, this is the next slide here. It's a continuation of looking peripheral wise at that pitcher. You want to be looking at that pitcher straight ahead, and you'll pick up that ball in your peripheral vision. That's what you want to align your PCI with, is that peripheral vision. You don't want to be like necessarily just straight looking at your PCI. You want to be kind of still focused on the pitcher at this point, and you'll pick that ball up in your peripheral vision, and you line it up peripheral wise on your PCI by your peripheral vision. You'll line it up that way at this point. Yeah, it's kind of like if you ever played any first-person shooter games or like Call of Duty, you're looking at your target there in front of you, and you're not necessarily looking at down the sights, or you're not necessarily looking directly at your crosshairs or your red dot reticle or whatever you have. You're pretty much kind of looking straight through it, and you're lining it up in peripheral vision. That's basically what you're going to be doing here. Same concept. Now when the ball gets to this point, you're getting ready to time up this swing, and you can start bringing your vision more toward the ball and the PCI part, and instead of being more peripheral wise, you can actually try to connect that PCI to the ball and start seeing if you need to swing, or if you need to, if it's off speed, if you need to step back a little bit. This is where, when it gets to this point, you're going to start getting your timing ready on your swing. If it's a fastball, you know, obviously you're going to have to be a little early, and if it's off speed, you're going to have to step back a little bit. But this is where you're going to start getting ready to time that swing up and really zoom in on that PCI and put the PCI on the ball right here. Just one other little side note or tip that I actually found out the other day. I was noticing myself that I started kind of losing the ball, and I hadn't had any trouble with it, but just all of a sudden started kind of losing the ball and couldn't see it that good. And I started messing with my brightness settings and my contrast settings, and you may want to do that too if you think that it could be something that's a problem. I would write down your settings now and adjust a little bit brighter, and then set your contrast 5 or 10 points higher than whatever you set your brightest. But I would, if you feel like that's something that's causing you an issue, I would write down your current settings of your brightness and contrast and keep that as a record, and then you can adjust up 10 or go down 10, and then like I said, whatever you adjust your brightness to, you want to adjust your contrast like 5 to 10 above that, and see if that may help you also too. You may have it too bright, or you may have it not bright enough and you can't see the ball. That could have some of the problem too. And also it's recommended by a lot of people to turn off any sync technology like adaptive sync, G-Sync, or FreeSync that actually causes some lag input. So you may want to make sure you don't have that turned on either, and that could be a possibility that's hindering you from seeing the ball and timing it up is good. So check those settings out on your monitor as well. Okay, well that's going to wrap up today's video, and hopefully it's not too long, and I sure hope that it helped you out and you can take all these tips and combine them together and make you a better player and able to hit the ball better. And as always, like I said, if you would give the video a thumbs up, like it, and subscribe if you're new, turn on notifications and share it with a friend or two. And also go check me out over there on Twitch at berserker_84 _84. It's like 2 underscores, same as my name over here. And I'll see you guys in the next one.